Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a great honor for me to have an opportunity to address all these Michigan football players from down through history. And I'm just tickled to death to be here. Interestingly, when I first came to Michigan, we took a picture of the 5 living coaches. We had Harry Kipke on one end, and Fritz Chrysler, Benny Oosterbaan, and then Bump and myself. And we took a picture out there today, and the 2 guys on the end are Bump and me. And I'm not so sure that's I wanted to take that picture. Right, Bump? I came here in 1969, as you know, and I inherited a bunch of guys that Bump had recruited, and Cecil Pryor and Jim Betts and Mandich and Curtis and Healy. And I can't think all of them. Pete Newell, I know Pete's here. I inherited all those guys and probably wouldn't have got them here if I had to recruit them. But I walked into some of the greatest football players and people that I had ever been associated with. And I was kind of a wild-haired coach back in those days. And I made them pay the price to have this great opportunity to play for me. And so that has been the kickoff of my career here, and it never changed, year after year after year. Great guys, a lot of victories, a lot of championships, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Because whether you realize it or not, when you're a football coach, the reason you coach is you people. The friends you make, the guys you coach. What's beautiful about football is that I know all you guys. The guys that played for me, I know them. I know if they'll fight. I know if they'll be loyal. I know if you can count on them or not. Because football brings that out in everybody that has ever played. And so all the guys that are here that have played for me, I know them well. You know what I wish I could do? I wish I could line up every one of them and tell you a story about each one. Because it would be interesting, but we don't have 15 hours to do that. So I can't do that. But I can tell you that the greatest experience of my life, of course, has been Michigan. I am Michigan. I believe in Michigan. Lloyd asked me to come back here for his high school football clinic. And when I came back, I told the coaches what I was doing before I came up. The night before I came up, I just got off the golf course, shot 106. I'm sitting in the back of this little old condo I got there, and I'm looking out over the Gulf of Mexico, and the most beautiful red sun is about to sink into the ocean. I got no feeling in my feet. As a matter of fact, I don't have any feeling halfway up my calf. I got a bad knee. My back is bad. My left shoulder, I can't lift my arm. I used to be a great pitcher, but I can't lift my arm. And I take 5 needle shots a day. I take 12 pills a day. And, but I'm still alive. And I'm smoking a cigar. And you know what I did? I'm sitting there by myself. And I held up a bottle of Michelob Ultra. And I said to myself, you're the luckiest son of a bitch in the world. I mean, you had an opportunity for 21 years to coach at Michigan. And you met and coached all those great guys. Life is good. And that's exactly the way I feel. And you should too. Every single one of you. I ought to think back every once in a while and think about your life and the things that you've done here at Michigan, the things that you've done since you've left here, and the tremendous impact that this school and this program has had on your lives. Because all of us are lucky as sin to have an opportunity to play at Michigan. And so I'm just one of many here. You know, I'm lucky too because Lloyd's nice to me. And I have that little office over there in the football building, and I get to meet all these guys. And, you know, the interesting thing is Stanley Edwards played for me here. Now his son, Braylon Edwards, is playing. And, you know, I had all the Moeller kids. Every one of the Mallories played for me. I mean, just the doctors and lawyers and the great ones that we've had out here, the guys that have been highly successful since they've left. I made it a point when I coached, and any time I had a chance, I met all those guys that played in the 40s. I met all those guys that played in the 50s. And I was extremely fortunate because when I came here, there were good football players here ready to win championships. And so all I did was coach them as best I could. And, there were some of them, as George Huey got carried away there, that wanted to pass a little more. But I never felt that the easy way was the way to go. I felt we wanted to beat down those opponents and let them know who was the strongest and the toughest. And it worked out all right. And in my career, I never looked back there and said, well, never won a national championship, have the worst Rose Bowl record in history. I never looked at those negatives. I looked at the positives, you know. Went to the Rose Bowl more than any team in history. And so, you know, we won a lot of championships. We did all those things. And we had a lot of fun doing it. But this is one of the greatest events that I've ever been to. And you guys have to admit it. There are damn few of you that I didn't remember. Because you all had an impact on my life. Not all of it positive, but but you all were fun to be around and to coach, and so I'm tickled to death to be here. And I remember I appreciate you bringing my friend Alex Agassi up here. He coached Michigan football for 6 years and never got paid. There aren't many guys that do that. And so I went up to see Alex a couple of weeks ago before we came up here. And Alex said to me, he says, you know, Bo, I played at Illinois. I played at Purdue. I coached at Purdue. He said, but when Mike Leone called me and said, Alex, we got a plane ticket for you. We got a hotel room for you. And we want you back for this great Michigan reunion. And Alex won't admit it, but there were some tears in his eyes. And he said, I want to tell you one thing, Bo. there is no place anywhere like Michigan. That tradition is better than anywhere in this country. And gentlemen, it is. And we don't want to forget it, that we were all very fortunate that we were able to play and coach at Michigan. And it's not what we did for Michigan. No. It's what Michigan did for us. And so we ought to all be thankful of that and enjoy our time here tonight. You can all go dance if you want to. I don't think I could do it anymore. But we will have fun tonight. It's great seeing all of you. And we'll do it again sometime. I don't think we could do it next year. If we did, we'd kill Mike Leone. And I want to say, old Jamie, this little devil here, you know, he was a great back for me. He was the greatest ground gainer we had until Anthony Thomas broke his record. But this little devil worked his tail off, too. So have a good time. It's great to see you all, and always go Blue.